All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Cass. I'm the program coordinator at LearningFuze, and welcome to LearningFuze Alumni Updates. We have a very special guest today, Natalie, and she is part of the 321 cohort. So that means she just, for the full web development full immersion, and that means she just graduated earlier this June. And Natalie, welcome.
Hi, thank
All
you for
right,
having me.
please, if you can, tell us a little bit about yourself, like what you did before the program, and then also what your experience was like.
Yeah, so before the program, I was actually studying a ton of things at a community college. I started studying nursing, and then I went into child development, then I went into education. So everything that I could have done, I did it at the community college. But I never felt really fulfilled with that. So my next stop was like ultrasound, like trying to go into ultrasound technician.
Oh,
But in 2020, everything shut down. And one of my friends kept telling me every day for months to do coding. And I was like, no, like I can't do it. I'm not smart enough. I just don't get how to code. There's no way. But I literally just Googled, is coding for me? And I started self-teaching, started studying JavaScript specifically and fell in love with it, which brought me to LearningFuze. So I knew I couldn't do it just on my own. I went to LearningFuze, the bootcamp, full immersion program, and probably one of the best decisions of my life. It's been amazing. It was very hard. I won't say it was like a super easy thing, but ever since just diving into web development since November up until graduating this past June, well, this month, it's been an amazing journey, just learning new things, learning how to code, and really breaking so many limitations that I had put on myself. So it was a really great experience. And I would definitely recommend, if anyone is watching this trying to decide to go to a bootcamp, LearningFuze is super amazing. The teachers are so dedicated, so passionate. And I think that passion that they had is what really rubbed off on me too.
awesome. Oh, thank you so much for sharing.
Yes.
But we also thank you for your, excuse me, hard work and dedication that you put into the program, because it's not an easy task, especially when this is like accelerated, learning when you're it's funny, I've heard students call it like drinking water from a fire hose.
Oh my goodness. Accurate.
Yeah, so I mean it definitely, it's a lot of information, so many kudos to
Yeah,
you
thank you.
for completing the program. And then where are you now? What are you up to now?
So shortly after, I was able to get someone reached out to me actually via email. It was a principal engineer of a company that reached out to me and said he was really impressed by a number of things on my LinkedIn profile, my GitHub. So he was just reaching out to tell me that he has a position for a front-end engineer position at his company, and if I wanted to talk about it. So I got that chance to meet with him. We had just our first interview casually the next day, talked about, behavioral questions, went into some tech questions, asking me about my projects that I did at LearningFuze, which was really fun. I got to talk for the first time technically, other than the mock interviews. I got to actually talk to a person about everything that I've been learning up till now. And he liked me and wanted to schedule a tech assessment the next day. So got to jump into that, did a tech assessment using JavaScript, React, CSS. So a lot of things that we do at the bootcamp. So I felt pretty comfortable with it. And the next week, they scheduled a meeting with the CTO of the company just to meet with me, see if I was a good fit. And this Tuesday, I got officially hired by the company. So I'm really excited. Yes, super happy. They seem like a really great team. So I'm excited to be a part of them.
That's awesome. I'm super excited for you. I mean, we're like, everyone here is also super excited for you too. Also, I know you mentioned like, you did a video and then the engineer was impressed by that. What did you do in that video specifically?
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. What was the video that you said that they also saw?
Oh, yeah. So I actually got a scholarship beginning of the program, I got a scholarship for sending in a video basically that why I chose to do software development. And I just, in the video, basically was explaining, you know, the struggles that I was facing, the struggles of starting a totally different like career path that I was not sure I would be able to do, and having a lot of people telling me, like discouraging me from doing it. But regardless, I just explained how much I loved to learn and that I was really excited to be breaking down those boundaries that I put for myself, like me saying that I wasn't able to do it. I talked about that a lot. And I think that that in itself translated my heart and my passion for coding and just for learning in general. And that's what really stood out to the principal engineer. He said that seeing that video is what made him feel like I would be an articulate, intelligent person, and made him want to reach out to me.
Awesome. I'll be sure to put the link to the video in the description for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm super like, I think it's so crazy how that whole process went so quickly, right?
Right.
And yeah, so that's so awesome to hear that you were able to land an offer like really quickly after the program ended. And
Right.
bonus question for you, what is it like to be a woman in tech?
That's a good question. I don't think I've ever felt less, like as if I didn't belong here. I feel like just the whole time being, of course, before starting into it, I got some words of like, it's going to be too hard for you. You're not going to like sitting at the desk all day. But as soon as I joined the boot camp, everybody was just so like accepting, so like didn't matter, woman, man, like any like differences we had, we were all just developers at the end of the day. But I will say I do feel very proud just as a person being in tech. I'm very proud of what I've been able to accomplish thus far. And I think it's amazing. I think more women should, do it if they're interested, if they want to, push themselves, because regardless of who you are, it's a hard thing, but it's probably one of the most rewarding things that I've been able to do.
That's great to hear. Yeah, and then what is one of your projects that you're most proud of creating,
I would say it would be my final project that I recently was just working on. It's called Our Day, so it's a wedding planner. I had a lot of fun making it because there was just so many ideas that I had originally. I wanted to do like a pregnancy tracker and then a mood tracker. Yeah, I went through a bunch of different ideas, but eventually I came to decide on a wedding planning app because I love, my whole Pinterest is filled with wedding photos. I think it's really fun to plan them. So I thought, putting my interest in, wedding planning and combining it together with my newfound skills. And it was just super fun to make, really exciting to also be able to share, presenting it in front of people and talking about it. Was really nerve-wracking, but super exciting. And a lot of people messaged me about it after. So I feel like, yeah, I felt very happy that it was able to inspire other people, because I know when I was a junior on junior side, I was really inspired by all the seniors projects. So it felt really good to be in those shoes for myself.
Oh my gosh, that's so great to hear. And I know that like weddings are always typically stressful, like for the bride or like just anyone involved. But that's so great that you were able to kind of create a solution to kind of alleviate that kind of stress that is typically. And you like doing the wedding planning, so that's awesome to do that.
Right. I thought that it's for sure a stressful thing, which is why my thought was, well, put everything together into one little application, makes life easy and makes the wedding day fun. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, because it's just like it's a one time or like once in a lifetime, more or less.
Right.
So it's for the special event. So that's awesome. Wow. Okay. So thank you so much for joining us and sharing your experience, and especially around the job search process. I wish you so much luck in your first position in
Yes,
your
thank
new
you.
career as a developer engineer, right, in
Yeah.
the tech industry. It's very exciting.
Yes, I'm super excited. And thank you all to the whole staff at LearningFuze. Like you guys gave me so much like the mentality and the mindset that I needed and that I will continue to use, going into my first position.
Yes, that's great to hear. Thanks for joining me on Live
Live updates
Updates
with
with
Keras.
Keras.